All right, and we're here doing our EQUINOX stream. We typically stream live on YouTube for each of the 4 seasons. I'm not talking about the singers, I'm talking about the astronomical seasons. So today is another weekly Wednesday stream, and perfect timing once again with local cosmology and so on. At the moment, we've only got an hour and 20 minutes until the next season. So we'll be streaming at that moment. And I'll be right back here when this track completes. This one's called Settle It, by the way. Now, nay, don't make such suggestions. That would be highly irresponsible to encourage such things. After all, it is a long day here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. Apparently, it's incredibly costly to be the least busted name in news. Sorry about that lack of disinformation on the channel, folks. We weren't trying to discredit a decrepit platform. We weren't trying to discredit a decrepit platform and suggest that there are any issues with the platform on which this live stream is currently streaming. So, yes. By the way, Nay, I love that interview with your memes where the interviewer instantly said, "Oh, so you've been drinking on set?" He's instantly, that was the first thing he said. They said, Beth and memes said something to the effect of, "Yeah, we've been known to kick a couple back every once in a while." And the guy's like, "So, while you were drinking on set?" And they were like, no, we weren't drinking on set. Nobody ever has done such a thing. And that was what I liked about that interview. That was classic. I think I even shared that on the YouTube channel. People were probably like, why is he sharing this? Sorry, folks, inside joke. Maybe if you were a member of the Smash team, you'd know, but you're probably just viewing this on YouTube if you're able to see this video in your subscription feed or whatever strange throttled version of your subscription feed you think you're seeing. Anyway, again, this one was at least originally a YouTube exclusive. And we're not just going to do nothing but show advertisements. We might show some space stuff and totally not explain it in any way. And say, ooh, ah, it means you're all going to die. Now, I have to get prepared for the month of October, and I'll be using digital voice synthesis as well as just the natural talent in my voice. And I'm actually a trained vocalist, by the way. I've been the singer in a band or 5 throughout the years. Now, if you haven't checked out our Twitch channel, I highly suggest you check it out because there's going to be more and more content showing up on there. Twitch.tv/smAsho. I'll bet you're able to go there because if you're viewing this video, I think you're capable of viewing a website. So here at the Smash News Network, we're on various websites, and some websites coming soon in the near future will be on much more and much less than others. And there are a variety of reasons that I will not really go in depth about on this show, but you can find our most recent, I think Twitch saves like 6 months worth of streams. So if you head to twitch.tv/smAsho, you'll be able to click on videos and you'll find all of our previous streams, which include some quite spectacular, it must be only like 10 days or something. But anyway, there are the streams, and of course there were some pretty spectacular CMEs on a couple of these. We haven't even uploaded all the material, and we're not going to talk about that, but we are going to talk about this. Yes, this. Are you familiar with snow mass balance? Let's just bring up the latest graph here. Hey, check it out, folks. Look at how melted the Arctic is. It's practically right in the 2004 to 2013 range. It's right in the meaty part of the gray area there. And it just doesn't look all that. Does that look melted to you? It looks like, I mean, freeze season has just begun, and I think I see ice there. I don't know. I thought there. Oh, this is as of yesterday. This may have melted. May have all melted. Obama's living room could be underwater by now, folks. I know it's a terrible prospect, but these are the things. Like sands through the hourglass of time, these are the graphs of our lives. By the way, check it out. The snow mass balance is starting out outside the +1 standard deviation range. All right, I don't really care about that. By the way, if you haven't checked out smashamash.com/smashteam, you're missing a bunch of the content. So I'll just have to advertise this yet again. Since it's the month of smAshtember, we've just rolled out our alternative, our answer, our vastly superior website, the alternative to Patreon, because, well, we needed additional capabilities, and now we have them thanks to people like Smash staff, the Smash team, our patrons, etc. So, patrons, we invite you to cancel your Patreon. Content creators, if you'd like us to create a similar site to this, so you can free yourself from the confines of certain highly limited, quote, income generation, crowdfunding, etc. type sites, well, look us up, drop us a line. And if you haven't seen a lot of this, I'm not surprised because, well, we're including information here that you can only see on this video, or if you're a paid member at the moment, since it's the month of smAshtember. So please don't transmit the information, but we're allowed, as it's in the TOS. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. So anyway, smashamash.com, you can find all of this stuff. And don't forget to check out the merch, which you can link to right at the homepage. See, if you head to smashamash.com, it'll look like this when it loads. And it'll just be a delight. Like the last moments of summer. Summer is slipping away, folks. Are you looking at a screen? Well, thanks for looking at that screen. But in any case, this is what the homepage looks like. Everybody who's watching the video, welcome to the Neo Renaissance. Look for changes coming soon at the homepage. Currently, we've got a bunch of smashamash.org presents the sun videos. They're, well, shall I say epic? Anyway, one of the links that you can click on here is smAsho merch. And I'm actually wearing some now, as well as some vintage skate gear. So everybody read this one and weep. How you like them apples? That's the New Deal circa 1991 or 92, complete with grip tape hole in the right side, as I always carried my board when it was not being actually ridden with the grip tape facing me. Anyway, I would remind all of our viewers to forgive, remember, and hold accountable. Are you still awaiting accountability in the year 2021? Did you notice some clarity last year? Who remembers the year 2020? It almost makes me want to drink beer while it's light out. Almost. Did you notice some incredible clarity last year? Well, a lot of people certainly did. Some people weren't particularly thrilled about some of the clarity that they saw. So I would remind all of you viewers to forgive, remember, and hold accountable. So let's talk about some of my other awesome designs, such as this one, the commemorative Hell Dimension of the Year. We decided to make a commemorative edition of the famous Time Person of the Year cover, which I guess has one person because one's an empty suit and then the other one is a life insurance policy. The Dimension of the Year unanimously voted to be hell. And thanks to all bureaucrats who've created hell on earth, which continues in a lot of places, as far as I understand. I've been hearing about some disdain for certain ineffective mandates and so on. Has anybody? I'm not so sure. Has big tech broken the internet yet, or is the internet breaking big tech? You be the judge, folks. It's just a question that I very much want to know the answer to. Has big tech broken the internet, or is the internet breaking big tech? That's one to grow on. Let's reflect on that. And while we reflect on that, let's check out some more fresh tunes here from Golden Cat Productions. By the way, you can find some of the tracks at soundclick.com/goldencatproductions. This one's called Molybdenum 99. This one's actually a track dedicated to Smash staff. Shout out to Smash staff. This is Molybdenum 99. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'll write it, okay? We'll do it live! All right. I am back. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt the musical interlude. All right, so yeah, don't forget to hold accountable, as it's all part of the plan, which is Universum Liberate. Yes. Now, once again, you're on the internet. You can figure out what this means. I'm not going to translate it. I'll just click on this. I'll read my own caption. Already joined the Galactic Federation? Unable to see peace brought to the galaxy? Unable to get results with the Space Force? Would you like to free the universe? Then proclaim Universum Liberate. Show the rest of the Galactic Federation you mean business with this handsome unit patch design. I don't know why it cut off my sentence, but it did because reasons. Anyway, that's what it's supposed to say. So, because we like to think things through to their logical conclusion, folks. We don't just want to see accountability at the state level. We want to see accountability at the galactic level. So, just in case anybody runs into any problems bringing peace to the planet or the solar system, we need to bring peace to the galaxy, okay? In other words, free out of the galactic slaves, or the galactic, those who are under the thumb of the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation has been ripping us off in trade deals, okay? The Galactic Federation has been ripping us off. It's one of the worst deals. So, Universum Liberate. The first thing we have to do, folks, is MANSA. Make America not suck again. Then, we have to make Earth not suck again, right? And after we make America not suck again and Earth not suck again, then we can make the galaxy not suck again. But there has to be an order, folks. You don't want to kick over somebody's sandcastle when they're showing a blank page that has no graphics on it because reasons. Now, I understand that sometimes your live stream just takes up all of your bandwidth. And I understand that sometimes there's a guy working on a pole right outside for the very cable company providing your live stream. I understand that these things happen. So far, we don't see any sort of distress on the server. Anyway, here are the graphics that I was attempting to display. So folks, all I can say is never forget to demand accountability. Let's talk about a quote from Fauci. We've been featuring quotes from Fauci regularly, such as, "It wasn't gain-of-function research and you don't know what you're talking about. I would just want to say on record that you don't know what you're talking about as far as gain-of-function research." I'm going to show you the graphics here, I promise. You would think that some images would load, but apparently. All right, guys. Don't be working on our lines while I'm streaming. Not cool. Jeez. I swear to God, I will bring up local files. Anyway, the quote from Fauci came out in December of last year, if you all remember. It was an early Christmas present. If you notice, I got very joyous in like mid-December of last year because Fauci just recklessly admitted to the New York Times, I believe it was, that he'd lied again. And I wasn't going to accuse him of anything until I saw a pattern of fraud. And once you have 3 data points, folks, you have a pattern. In other words, Fauci exhibited 3 obvious frauds. By that point, he was flip-flopping on masks. So he lied one of the times about masks. He was flip-flopping on herd immunity. And what was the other thing? There was a third thing he was flip-flopping on as well. So let me know in the comments because I forget which one that was. But the point is, Fauci was telling people that masks were not effective. in, what was it, March? And then suddenly he just said, oh, everybody, the reason that I was lying about the masks is because I wanted to intentionally misrepresent material facts in order to not cause shortages because of all those pesky preppers who wanted masks in their ranches and their underground bunkers. In other words, if we would have told people that masks were effective back in March, which they aren't, by the way, if we would have told people they were effective in March, Jeff Bezos would have hidden underground with all the masks and sold them at $7,000 per mask. Oh boy, all right, we know it's getting serious now as I see the word DARPA in the chats. Oh my God. One of the spookiest words. Oh, DARPA. Oh, it's almost October. All right, anyway, the Fauci quote is as follows. Let me get off the screen. I don't want my face on the same screen as this sociopath. When polls said only about half of Americans would take a vaccine, I was saying herd immunity would take 70 to 75%. Then when newer surveys said 60% or more would take it, I thought I could nudge this up a bit, so I went to 80-85. He went to 80-85. Like, think about how ridiculous that is. He heard two different polls, and that changed his mind on the science of how many people have to be vaccinated to reach herd immunity. I didn't really need the two other data points before that one, but that one is kind of glaring. Fast forward to a year later, people will still be listening to him and watching him for hours every week, at least on the Sunday morning shows. This time we want you to wear an ace bandage over your left eyebrow, and then next month everybody's gonna have to wear toe socks. We've determined that COVID levels are very. Oh my God! I see what's happening here. I'm not wearing toe socks, folks, and once again, every time. Oh my God! It's come back. The place has become reinfected. It's made of Chad. It's made of cheap plastic, folks. It keeps breaking down. Do you have a UV wand? If you have one of these things, oh, COVID, you can't come inside my box. Oh, you think you can mess with me, COVID? Yeah, I don't think so. I won't be able to Mensa if that thing gets too close. Oh my God, it's so scary. Hey, COVID, whatever happened to the flu? By the way, folks, we're unable to display any flu viruses on the screen. I think Fauci and COVID may be in cahoots. Fauci and COVID, they're committing genocide. Viral genocide. They're COVIDicists. All right, so we've got a number of chats. Let's put them on the screen here. I have to pop out the pop out because you're not popped out. All right. And let's not display the face of evil. I mean, Saint Anthony Fauci on the screen. Let's put the stars of the real stars of the show on the screen. COVID. I told you it's cheap Chinese plastic. Cheap Chinese plastic from China. Okay? China. Fauci funneled the money to China, and then there you go. Boop. There you go. That's what you get. Circumventing Obama's orders. All right. So, yeah, everybody, thanks for leaving comments. Cheers. This one is a YouTube exclusive, so it's going to be heavy on the ads because, well, there's a reason. And by the way, we're less than an hour remaining in summer at the moment. We're down to 55 minutes of summer remaining. And yes, thanks everybody for leaving comments. We need a vote. We need a vote in the chats on who gets the next wrench. I see some poor wrenchless people. We don't want people to be broken down on YouTube without a wrench. Okay, here's this DARPA comment. I see some, oh my God, I see long acronyms. Now I know stuff's serious. DARPA and the Pentagon. Hold on, let me get the vibe right. We've decided to broadcast from the center of the galaxy for this message. From the Smash News Network, Least Busted, Name in News. DARPA and the Pentagon turned down Fauci's gain-of-function plans, so it moves to Wuhan. Is Earth still intact, folks? Is Earth still intact? We quickly teleported to the center of the galaxy for this message because we wanted to make sure that this would not cause the Earth's axis to tilt or anybody's duodenum to become inflamed. So please let us know if you've noticed any changes to Earth's axial tilt or changes to your duodenum in the last few minutes, although we don't know what year it is. I think that gravity is causing a time warp or some interesting stuff like that. Anyway, let me put your chats back on the screen here. Now, what could possibly go wrong with outsourcing your virological gain-of-function research to a highly populated city in China? What could possibly go wrong? Like if you did something like that. I mean, let's just spitball, folks. Let's just spitball. Let's reflect on that. What could go wrong? Oh, I know what could happen. You could have a bunch of really dumb people listen to a bunch of people that are similarly dumb and then allow them to make public policy. That could maybe be a thing. I just spitballing here. Ah, yes. So the Earth and the Sun are nearly lined up, right? What is an equinox? An equinox is when the Earth's axial tilt causes the Earth's equator to pass over the Sun's equator. Yes, and at that moment, the day-night terminator is perfectly vertical. So what's interesting about that is, the planets kind of equal on the day in terms of the light cycle. The sun begins to fall until the solstice. The ecliptic gets lower and lower in the sky here in the northern hemisphere until the solstice, when we'll probably be streaming live once again. Perhaps on YouTube, perhaps on Twitch. Perhaps both at the same time. Who knows? Anyway. So yeah, if our regular viewers with wrenches have any votes on who should get the next wrench, please let us know. And yes, Kim's World, that is a good point. I owned safety gear since the late 90s because I used to work on hardwood floors, and that was when I realized I needed to have a good mask, a real one. So I have an N95 mask that's a NIOSH with 2 filters, and you can get all kinds of different filters for it. Mine also have dust caps, so I can put the dust caps over the top of the filters and just change those out, and it'll last for about a year. And then just remove the dust caps and replace those, and the internal filters will still be in essentially brand new condition. You're like double filtering with this thing. I use a North brand, but it is the exact same thing in terms of the like specifications that you get with a similar 3M NIOSH mask. And yeah, you're not allowed to go wear that in public because the exhalation valve is completely unfiltered. It's just a gasket, and it just blows air directly out, like from where your chin is located. You have to actually get a remote thing that snaps onto there and then have that filtered to have that, like, to have that spec'd to go wearing in a place that requires a cloth mask. You have to like put a double cloth layer on the exhalation valve. That's the point. So yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that. Hey COVID, I've decided to give up. I can't talk to people that have masks on their faces anymore. I'm going to be fixated on the question of, are you sick? It's going to turn into a circular conversation. Are you sick? No. Then why do you have a mask on your face? We're required to wear masks in here. Oh. But you just said you're not sick. I'm not. But you're wearing a mask on your face. Why? Because we're required to. Can I just ask why again? I don't know. I don't know what happens at that point. I guess I just have mercy and leave. Pretty much. Don't do business there. I don't know what else to do. I see no other way out of this COVID. So yeah, I don't know why people decided to sabotage the economy based on little old you, but you are cute. I would just reach out and pet you, but we have to hold COVID in place using an electromagnetic field. That's why it keeps rotating around like that. It's very pissed right now. It's very pissed. And yeah, we have the electron microcam turned on. The amazing part is that China designed the Made in China label so well that you can read it at any angle. It's almost like one of those paintings where the eyes follow you. You know, those creepy paintings. Oh, COVID. Oh. It's very patriotic about its origin. So it's very stoked about that. And congratulations to you, COVID. You've just been doing a heck of a job. I mean, all right. So is there any kind of stuff in the news, missing white woman syndrome or any stuff like that that's extremely poignant or interesting? I mean, here's some footage of some nuclear fusion going on. Seems slightly interesting, I guess. Pretty decent prominence up here in the Northwest. And my battery is dying, folks. Here at the Smash News Network, we can't function on dead batteries. So what I've got to do is step aside for a minute and stop talking. In the meantime, I'll play another track from GCP. Yes, GCP, Golden Cat Productions. And this one will be, you'll have never heard this one before, as this is completely unreleased. So this one is just simply called Kiefer Sutherland. And so feast your ears on this. This is just from a sort of a live session. Without further ado, here's Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes, we were hanging out the other day in front of the mall. Not just your average mall, it was a Westgate mall.
Westgate Mall.
Man, yo, those pizzas, man, you gotta go in there. But anyway, we were just like chilling and hanging out by the mall. Kiefer Sutherland on my side. Kiefer Sutherland Kiefer Sutherland on my mind. Burn it up for the one time. Kiefer Sutherland all around. Kiefer Sutherland in my nouns. Kiefer Sutherland in my verbs. You know it don't hurt, you know it's a herb. Yeah, so this dude told me about this little box. It's like this thing, man. It got this cloth on it and shit, right? And yeah. I'm gonna break it out to you now. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. Dude, you don't need to drink all that night train, man. You don't have to sleep with all those newspapers around you like that for blankets. With all your blankets. I know you sold your last pair of socks, you know, but I got faith in you, man. You know, I see you sporting some shit that, you know, if I was in your position, I'd be wearing it too. But I'm saying, though, you know, gotta come up through with your piece, gotta come up through with the sleep, gotta come around with the pound, gotta come around and represent, gotta come around and let me know what's up, gotta come around and drop shit's up.
Bet you never heard that track before. That's yeah. I think the TV show 24 was extremely popular at the time.
Mike World. Who wants the Mike World?
This guy, we almost stopped playing after he said that.
Who wants to sing and sing on the Mike
That was just a planned break. Ah, yes. That's C4, by the way. C4 on the mic. That reminded you of Primus. Geez, that's a compliment there. That was me on drums, by the way, and it was me playing this right here. Oh, God. This right here. This thing is absolutely spectacular. All right, I got to cut that off as that turned into some kind of an echo track. This thing right here is what that was played on. Yes, the Boss DR770. A titan of drumming. Oh my God. Good Lord. Goodness graciousness. All right, so I guess we have to do the final news crawl of the summer. What's going on in the final news crawl of the summer, folks? We are going straight to I'm a little frightened. What are the news headlines going to have? Let's see what we've got. Now, you may like this news source, you may dislike this news source, you may be neutral on it. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. If you've got one you'd like us to visit next, let us know in the comments. We will put your comments on the screen momentarily once again. And the Federal Open Market Committee signals taper may soon be warranted. Dot plot shows rate hike in 2022. I don't believe it. You think it's going to happen? I think the market's going to mysteriously crash and frighten the FOMC between now and then. What do you think? Wuhan scientists plan to release chimeric COVID spike proteins into bat populations using skin-penetrating nanoparticles. That sounds dicey. Let's take that off the screen and put me on the screen. Damn. 73 container ships stuck waiting off California. How many goods will spoil? geez, the Fed has fallen all over itself to say tapering isn't tightening. We're talking about raising the prime lending rate, folks. It's a thing that prevents inflation from happening. It looks like the markets may be trying to price in QE. Quantitative easing, by the way, is when the Fed purchases bonds. And I'm definitely not going to try to get into the full extent of what all of that means, but basically what it means is inflation, adding money to the money supply. There's no real way to actually measure it. And the way we really measure inflation is through a basket of goods, right? The CPI, it's called. And that is the ultimate lagging indicator because the CPI regularly has items removed from it. So, for example, right now, the Consumer Price Index, the gauge used to measure inflation, does not contain gas nor groceries. Yeah, just let that sink in. Gas and groceries are currently not figured into the CPI. It's called fraud. Fraud. Anyway, that is what economists use to measure inflation, the CPI, because they're measuring inflation based on how much merchants raise their prices, right? So, yeah, anyway, the year is 2021, and remember, never forget to demand accountability. That's all I have to say. So for whoever may need accountability, never forget to demand some. Once again, especially after the year 2020, because it was pathetic. And 2021 was similarly pathetic so far. Maybe something will happen to make it slightly less pathetic, but a couple of shisty years. Mainly caused by stupidity, ignorance, arrogance, and hubris. Anyway, I'm just going to let the headline scroll here, and then I'm going to go to cnbc.com/markets and look at some prices of some things. See, now, China having major financial entities crumble are an excuse to add more U.S. currency to the supply because it's like, oh, China's going to have to inflate its money. So this is a great opportunity for the U.S. to inflate its money, too. Let's spend a bunch of money right now. So, yeah, gold-silver ratio is now an issue once again. If you remember, was it just last week I was talking about how low silver looked? I don't know. I just know that it's way too hot, and I've got to start taking off my clothes big time because this is going to turn into a no pants stream very soon. Because it feels like it's summertime in here. I mean, I don't know. I almost feel like it. I almost feel like I hope it suddenly gets cold, folks. All right. Have you heard about tensions with France? Uh-oh. You know, folks, some things about France. Do not anger France. Because, look, they're a very important country. They've got the Tour de France, those French fries. They're always there when they need us. Remember that time they all banded together to, defend Paris? No? It's somebody else's material, folks. I don't want to take credit for that brilliant writing. But are you aware of why France plants so many trees on the sides of their roads? Anybody, viewers in the chat, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments, folks. Why does France plant so many trees on the sides of the beautiful, beautiful scenic roads regularly visible in the Tour de France? You know, let's say the roads around Paris. So lovely. Why so many trees? Why so many trees? Feel free to answer in the comments. And yeah, I'm gonna start disrobing here in a moment. Don't worry, folks. There's no below the waist footage being filmed here. It's just way too hot, and I'm turning into a swamp thing. And I can't end my summer as a swamp thing. So I'm probably gonna, maybe I'll come back wearing a sundress. All right. Going to play yet another Golden Cat Productions track. This one is called Fredro, because I was on the phone with Fredro. And if you don't know Fredro, you should thank your lucky stars. But I was on the phone with Fredro when I was trying to name this, and I just arbitrarily named the track Fredro. Because I seriously could not come up with a name for it. And so here it is. It's about 3.5 minutes long. I'll be right back. That is much better. Much better. Whew. Sudden wardrobe change. I called an audible. I found yesterday's shirt. Shout out to Coleman's Mustard. Go follow Coleman's Mustard on Instagram, folks. They might send you free stuff. Oh, yes. This track, I put an extended ring on the end of the track for people who are passed out drunk or confused as to what that ringing sound is, I'll cut that off. I hope your dog didn't suffer grim death as a result of that dog death sound, as we like to call it at Golden Cat Productions. The dog death sound, yes. So, transitory inflation. What do you think, folks? You think inflation's transitory? Have you ever seen inflation go back down again? Yeah, oh yeah, prices are just going to mysteriously drop. Yeah, okay. Some things will mysteriously drop. All right, so it's been a tradition for us to go to cbsnews.com. Now, I don't know what it's going to show. Hopefully it won't play something with audio. If it does, you may get ears bleeding. Oh my God, no, you again. How dare you? How dare you? I'm going to use my super breath on you, COVID. I don't think it could stand the heat. It couldn't stand the heat, so it got out of the fire. Anyway, here's this giant header that I always love to loll at. Hey, boomer, learn to code. CBS News. Boy, that's... look at that beautiful header. No, Jen Psaki doesn't take a header. It's a beautiful header. Look at that. It's just, this is what their website looks like. This is 100% zoom here at, I don't know, 1280 pixels. 1280 by 720. We have it in HD for your viewing pleasure. Look at this header, this monstrosity at the top of CBS News. Is CBS News' homepage. You snoozes and CBS loses. The absolutely most biased news network I think ever. Didn't Walter Cronkite work for CBS when he intentionally reported on Vietnam in a biased fashion? Isn't CBS the original American fake news? Walter Cronkite admitted it, remember? Am I jogging any memories? By the way, we hope all of our most fraud-induced, our most fraud-spewing YouTube friends out there, all you content creators who are lying to your viewers and grifting, we hope you've had a delightful year once again. I'm sure you're more than accountable for all the fraud and phony. I mean, geez, talk about disinformation being promoted on YouTube, folks. Have you ever seen, oh, geez, how about Secure Team 10? Oh, how about Mr. MBB333? Oh, how about Suspicious Observers? How about Gina Maria Colvin Hill? How many grifters, folks? How many grifters are paid millions of dollars per year on YouTube to grift? It's almost enough to make you want to hide out in a giant gravity well at the center of the galaxy, so that a combination of radiation and fast-moving stars and gravity keep everybody out of your dew, because you don't want to have to evaporate them. Vaporization. It's just, is there something better you can do with your time? By the way, we made a track called Vaporizer. I don't know if you're aware of that one. I think it's actually on SoundClick. Anyway, some great news about the Taliban. They seem like a just government. What do you think, folks? What do you think about the Taliban being left in charge of billions of dollars worth of U.S. military equipment, including all kinds of advanced weapon systems, like, I don't know, Apache helicopters, C-130s, Black Hawk helicopters, patrol planes, stealth bombers, and an aircraft carrier. Just kidding, folks. They didn't get any stealth bombers or aircraft carriers. By the way, let's head to our by the lay of the land. I say let's head to our SoundClick page. Some of the music that we feature regularly on the videos, like we've been using Unified Theory 3 on our daily space weather videos as this sort of intro music. It's all located at soundclick.com/goldencatproductions. Soundclick.com/goldencatproductions. You can add those tracks to your MP3 collection if you like, or you can stream them directly from the website. It's sort of a representative sample. Check out Figurine 2010. This one's basically metal. And once again, I'll be right back. Going to show you some rare stuff here. You're going to actually get to see what we've recently been watching, what's most recently been viewed by our channel. It's pretty rare for us to show anything like that. You'll see all kinds of shout outs coming out in a minute. And it's because we just wanted to introduce our viewers to Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. I'm going to actually pause this because I just wanted to show you this video here on our history, and we're actually going to re-upload this to this channel, youtube.com/smAsho. So here's a bunch of shout outs here. These will go silent as we're playing a bunch of tracks that we just played right before we did the stream. Also, I want to do a quick review of the Domelos. It's spicy. And So everybody grab a beverage, perhaps the last one of, check it out, we were just listening to Tiffany going, oh my God, she is flatter than Bernie Sanders' wallet. Just kidding, folks. Bernie Sanders' wallet is like 3 inches thick. Shout out to Bernie Sanders' wallet, folks. Let's drink a toast to Bernie Sanders' wallet. So yeah, just showing everybody some videos. If you ever heard Deborah by Beck, the first lines are, I met you at J.C. Penney. I think your name tag said Jenny. Pardon me, I think I'm out of key myself. For some reason, when I was driving home from work, I needed to listen to Alana Miles' crappy, overplayed out song from the 90s, Black Velvet. Remember that? Oh my gosh, what a nightmare that was. Black velvet and that little boy's smile. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. I was watching songs about bands that I dislike. I can't stand Robert Plant. I can't stand Scott Stapp. I can't stand I can't stand Fred Durst. Some of the worst lyrics ever in music came from Limp Bizkit. I mean, all three of those bands, if they just had no singer, they would be so much better. Also, Aubrey Plaza is hilarious. If you haven't checked her out, she's become an A-lister recently, I guess. Also, if you haven't seen the Crowder v. Jordan Peterson, that's a pretty good one. Anyway, I'm scrolling down here. Oh, the Hulk Hogan Stone Cold interview is pretty good. So yeah, some interesting videos you may not be aware that we watch. We do spend most of our time creating content, not consuming content. So here's a video that actually has the song that we were just listening to. And this is one of the more Oni moments. And I'll just show you sort of the end of the video here. I was playing as the Allied team here, and there's a 10 in the row spree. And this is just a good enemy territory video to sort of give you an idea of what's involved in the game. I was playing as a medic here, and it looks like our team was just kind of running wild. And this is just sort of the showing off at the end of the map, as I was out of ammo and on a long streak. So I figured, since my buddies were going on the attack here in the final seconds, I would end it despite only having pistols. It was a pretty good map. I don't know what the stats were. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was pretty decent. And if you'd like to play with me, all right, don't get the wrong idea now. Don't take that the wrong way. You can follow me on Trackbase, et.trackbase.net. I am player 11371 in the Skilled Fraternity Clan. So, yes, smAsho Mash and the Skilled Fraternity Clan. I almost exclusively play on one server, folks. And shout out to Asbo, my teammate, who's trying to surpass me. Look, he's ranked 364, and I am ranked 346. So, yeah, shout out to Asbo. He keeps creeping up on my heels. You'll never catch me, Asbo. And I'll still be the scrim leader, even if you surpass me in rating. Yeah, so we're sort of resurrecting the clan a little bit. And, all right, so I'm going to scroll your chats here while I pour some of this Domelos. So this Domelos product. This is very interesting. I forget who it even was. Leave us a comment. Let us know who that was on the Joe Rogan Experience. Somebody was talking about this product in the Joe Rogan Experience, and I think I talked about it on a video, and one of our delightful viewers sent me a bottle. So I need to do a review of this. Maybe we'll make a clip of this later, but at the moment, it'll be exclusive to this live stream. By the way, speaking of stickers, we just got some new stickers. Nay, perhaps we'll send you some. Or maybe to your Wisconsinite crew. All right, so this stuff, this is what this is this is distilled mead. So as many of you know, you can make different types of wine, and if you distill the wine to make it a higher alcohol percentage, you can make things besides wine out of it. So this one is distilled mead, and it's very spicy. It's interesting. You may think that it's going to taste like honey, and it just has the slightest hint of mead flavor. Otherwise, it's very neutral, almost like a vodka. So I'm going to do kind of a wimpy shot of this, as it's going to be a lengthy day today. So here it is. Here's my live taste test of the Domelo's Honey Spirit. Spirit distilled from honey, and it's 40 proof. I'm not 40 proof. It's 80 proof, 40% alcohol. So just the basic minimum to be considered a spirit. Cheers. It'll be the last booze I drink of the whole summer. And I gotta say, I'm not a lightweight when it comes to booze. This stuff is, every time I drink some, it's hot. It's hot. And I don't know. It's got more heat to it than most other 80 proof spirits. I don't know what that is. It has just a hint of a mead flavor to it. So sort of an earthy. It tastes like distilled honey. I don't know how else to say it. It's like if you take only the essence of the honey, just a tiny bit of the oils, and have them in there. Something like that is what's going on with it. If you didn't know it was from mead, you might just think it's vodka or something like that. It's very neutral, though. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I wouldn't want to mix it with anything because it's such a novel idea, having distilled honey as a liquor. Anyway, moving on. We'll be drinking some Yingling later, by the way. The first beer of autumn, I guess, will be a Yingling Premium. So drink 'em if you got 'em. Drink 'em if you got 'em. You sons of bitches. All of you YouTube sacks out there. I gotta plug my phone in here. This thing's gonna die. And if this thing dies, you're all on the hook. I don't know what that means. I just sort of made that up. It's totally meaningless, folks. All right. So let's get back to important stuff like the Twitter feed. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you're like most people. As I don't even think we're at 180. Oh, we're at exactly 180 followers, folks. Oh my God. We're going to have a week-long party for reaching 180 followers on Twitter. Shoo! Stop the presses. Stop depressing presses. We're at 180 followers on Twitter. Oh my God. We're going to be able to retire at the age of 65,000 now. By the way, if you haven't seen our most recent cosmology segment, here's a clip. Don't be a COVIDiot. See the latest cosmology segment. How many tabs is it going to open? Hey, astronomy picture of the day at apod.nasa.gov. I'll play you a short clip here, because these are those folks at apod.nasa.gov. They certainly love that that Jupiter meteor strike. They have morning, afternoon, and night wood for that thing. I don't know what the deal is. They cannot get enough of that Jupiter imagery. So I try not to be too controversial on Twitter. I sort of look at what the craziest people on the platform are saying, and I say things that are less crazy than that. That's my line. So, but you will find some quotes that you won't see elsewhere when you view our Twitter feed, such as this quote here. And I'm not just going to go read my tweets, obviously, because we want you to follow us on Twitter and to be on the platform and to not try to boycott the platform. It's dumb. What we should be doing, folks, is demanding that big tech fix their platforms. But in any case, hashtag climate crisis. I don't understand heat latency, and I'm arrogantly deranged enough to believe mankind can control the climate. Earth's heat latency lies in ocean water, not the atmosphere. Minoan warm, Roman warm, and medieval warm were all warmer, noobs. Noobs. If you think it's really hot, would you please crack a geology book? Just crack a geology book. Now, I've noticed that some people seem to think that giant bureaucracies are really like nimble and just competent and, able to do their own jobs. Let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know in the comments if you think that giant bureaucracies are like efficient, good at their jobs, able to like react to market forces and like act like a normal life form. Or if they behave like zombies at the wheel. Like, let us know what you think. As I think that there's a correlation between the size of a bureaucracy and the incompetence. Like a direct proportional relationship. Maybe some kind of a multiplicative thing. Like when you get to 1,000 employees, the incompetence starts to really edge up, You get this steeper and steeper graph of incompetence. It reminds me of George Costanza. Do you remember on the episode of Seinfeld when George Costanza, he said, I really want to work for this company Play Now because they're so incompetent. I mean, I could skate by and not do anything resembling work for years and years and get paid lots of money and, be a standard incompetent George Costanza type. I apologize for messing with the mic, folks. It's been plaguing me lately. I don't know what the deal is. Yes. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, for the final bits of summer. We're just hanging out here, streaming live on YouTube because it's so profitable and advantageous for our business model to plan to stream on Wednesday afternoons. By the way, this is hilarious. Check this out. I've got all these chats on the screen, and it says 0 people are tuned in. So I don't know how we're getting so many comments with 0. But, if you follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/smAsho, you'll see screenshots of just this morning. Same deal. So it's all a mystery. And once again, I would reiterate, forgive, remember, hold accountable. It's basically as simple as that. Forgive, remember, hold accountable. That's all. Yeah, so what do you think about giant bureaucracies? I'll give you time to think about it. Here's another track. This one's available on the SoundClick page. This one's called Conclusivity. All right, there you go, folks. Some Halloween sun artwork for you a little bit early. Looking a little bit jack-o'-lantern-y here with so many sunspot groups. They're all pretty serious too, really. I mean, they're no joke. Let's show you some additional footage here. Once again, thanks everybody who leaves comments. Let's scroll back up to where we were and let those scroll here. Actually, let me pick a week. Actually, let's just pick the last day, yesterday and today. And there are your comments. Once again, thanks everybody for contributing to the stream. And we'll make that a little bit larger. I apologize, my voice is a little bit shattered. And hey, it's fall. Geez, that was painless. Oh, we've got another 45 seconds of summer, folks. So actually, we decided to call an audible here. No drinking Yingling. We're drinking Trogue's Perpetual IPA to kick things off. Thanks for tuning in for the final seconds of summer, or perhaps the final seconds of winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. And we've got quite a few viewers from Unda. Two, one, blast off to fall. And the Earth just crossed the sun's equator and the Earth's equator just crossed, folks. And it's now getting darker in the Northern Hemisphere. Cheers. As I love things like cold temperatures. And yeah, I love things like cold temperatures. I'm talking, you know, days with a high temperature of like 18 degrees Fahrenheit and stuff like that. I love it. I think it's exhilarating. Cheers. Oh man, that Trogues is just outrageous. Very hopsy beer right there, folks. If you like hopsy IPAs, try Trogues. It's quite famous in the U.S. Most craft beer nerds are familiar with Trogues from Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's yeah, Yingling's fine. Trogues is out there. It's sort of on the scale of like Dogfish Head, maybe. Don't let me step on any toes for all you Marylanders. Wait a minute. Is Dogfish Head from Maryland or Delaware? I can't remember. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Because what's more important is the colorized magnetogram. So let's look at that instead. So it looks like we may have even more than 6 sunspot groups now. But it looks like at least 6. Now, normally I would look at this at a higher resolution, but because we're streaming live, I want to show an animation of it. So it looks like these groups are degrading. The southwestern groups are degrading at the moment. This largest sunspot group has remained largely stable. Excuse me. Again, sorry, my voice is shattered. And there are definitely 3 groups in the north, so at least 6 sunspot groups there. I've been seeing some oddities going on as far as the naming of sunspots. And of course, there are issues with the naming of sunspots. There always have been. Because when they first started getting counted, they couldn't be counted on cloudy days. But now that we have the SDO and the SOHO and all kinds of other spacecraft out there like Stereo A and so on, it's a much better time. It's nice to have some idea what's going on with space weather. So yeah, happy fall, happy spring if you're in the southern hemisphere. Welcome everybody to the live stream if you just tuned in. The equinox just dropped. We're only less than 4 minutes into fall. And I'm already freezing. Actually, I'm sweating right now, folks. I'm sweating. You know what I think the problem is with Robert Plant? Robert Plant existed around the same time as Janis Joplin. And Robert Plant is the male equivalent of Janis Joplin. Just think about it. How many musical acts have you listened to over the years? Because people are like, they're God, man. They're God, bro. Bro, you'll be out a whole nother lover. When you listen to this band, man, they just jam on and 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 on. It is, bruh, it is so mellow that you will suffer from inverted penis syndrome. Yes, inverted penis syndrome. It is the ultimate state of clairvoyance that is reached when you listen to too many Fish or Dave Matthews songs in a row. No, I can't listen to any stuff like that. I hate it. I hate it. I think it's crap. I think your song should be more compact and not 11 minutes in length. I cannot stand bad singers, folks. Bad singers like Fred Durst. I mean, I did it all for the nookie. Are you serious? Are you serious? You son of a piece. All right. Everybody, if you watched the movie Fanatic, The Fanatic, starring John Travolta as the wannabe actor on the Hollywood strip, if you've seen the movie, leave a comment and tell us what you thought of it. All right? It's a bad movie. It's a terrible, terrible, ridiculous, nonsensical, horrendous, incompetently made, incompetently conceived, ridiculously directed, produced, etc. movie. It doesn't know what it's trying to do. The tone is all jacked up. It is insane. And that is what makes it so good. It's written, produced, and directed by Fred Durst. You and son of a piece of Ingle paste. If you watch that movie, you leave a comment and you tell us why, to tell our friends to watch The Fanatic starring John Travolta. The film, written, produced, and directed by Limp Bizkit singer Fred Durst. Have you ever listened to the lyrics of a Limp Bizkit song? I can't even talk because I'm so flustered that Travolta, look, I do not revere John Travolta. I think John Travolta is hilarious. But nonetheless, the fact that did he even get paid for this? Seriously. Somebody look this up. How was this movie funded? The Fanatic. All right, I got to stop. I got to stop ranting about this wonderful, wonderful film, The Fanatic, starring John Travolta as a mentally challenged artist, just attempting to get his art into people's sphincters. So yesterday I was at work, and my friend Kyle, you may have seen his videos. He's a musician, Kyle Warner, and you may have seen his videos. We've recommended them many times. Maybe I'll play some. And I got him, and he didn't even realize that he fell victim to the A Sphincter Says What because I said to him that I thought he said a sphincter says what, and he said what. So it was just one of those moments that nobody got. Nobody got. I got it. Nobody. Whenever it was that space shuttle. it was over. It was over the hits anyway. Yeah. Oh man. I said, oh, I thought you said a sphincter says what? And he's like, what? And I said, and then it just, you can't make it up, folks. You can't make it up. I don't know how did the Babylon Bee become the teller of the future? I mean, Babylon Bee, this is what Babylon Bee has been doing. Crystal, crystal in the ball. Who is the most mentally challenged of all? And then they just make up some satirical tale about somebody, and poof, 2 months later, it's a real news story. Have you ever seen anything like it, folks? It's for all of those folks who said, may you live in interesting times, it's certainly interesting. It's certainly interesting. What say you, the viewer? Do you find YouTube very interesting? It almost makes you want to chug beer. And on that note, I think I'm going to play yet another Golden Cat Productions. I really like this song. I'm going to sit here with the headphones on and play the whole joint. This one's unnamed. We're going to actually upload this at some point. Probably make a video for it as well. This is brand new in terms of being released. And if you've got a name for this one, I don't know, let us know. Maybe we'll use it. Who knows? Yeah, so if you've got a name for that one, let us know in the comments what you think that track ought to be entitled. Perhaps we'll make some minor changes, like a fade out or something at the end, like a quick fade out. Something, no major changes. We're going to leave it pretty much intact, as it's a pretty good little track there, just under 2 minutes in length. And I'm just reading comments here on my device while I let these scroll. And thanks for so many comments, folks. YouTube Junkware still showing me zero viewers. So I don't know if you're familiar with YouTube's procedures and algorithmic whatever, but nobody's familiar with it. It's a zombie with nobody at the wheel, we're pretty sure. Oh man, that Trogs Perpetual IPA is tasty. Don't let it get warm because it is heavy. And it is 7%, 7.5% ABV on this stuff. So it's not screwing around. It's halfway from beer to wine. Halfway from beer to wine. And thanks for leaving comments, DX Bandit. You're our latest moderator. We give out wrenches pretty liberally on the channel because we prefer for people to have a voice, and on our own websites. On our own websites, we empower people to say whatever they want. If it's within the confines of the law, we empower our viewers to say it. So, once again, all of you who are viewing this video are hereby invited to head to smAshemash.com and welcome to the Neo Renaissance. You know, science is a rabbit hole, folks. When you ask questions in science, if you are open to the answers that you get or don't get, and information you get on the way to not get or get answers, you may find that things are not what they seem. And you may find that you've got answers to questions you haven't even asked. And when that happens, you should be open to said answers. Because if you fixate yourself on doing things that are irrelevant, when there are plenty of relevant things to do, well, then you've failed. Life is a time trial. Win yours. Oh my God. One of the ways you can help to win yours is at the smAsho forum. Now, we've got a thread that I want to talk about for a moment. And again, you can find that link right on the homepage, smAshemash.com. You click smAsho forum, and you'll find the forum. Now, this is totally free. You don't even have to be logged in to view these posts. However, you do have to be logged in to post, obviously. And one of our threads is a free-for-all thread about the topic of autophagy. Now, this has recently become a very popular topic in things like fans of Joe Rogan and so on. You know, lots of people talking about autophagy, which basically is packing all of your calories into just a few hours throughout the day. A lot of people doing this. This is sort of the new keto. Ketogenic diet is sort of old news at this point, but try it if you like. The point is, make a change of some sort. If you keep doing the same thing and expecting, you know, a different result, that's, according to Einstein, that's insanity right there. Okay, and here at the Smash News Network, least busted name of news, we're not big on the insanity. So, I just wanted to talk about our mission for a quick moment. And you can read all about it if you like at smashemash.com/forum/mission. Number 5. Oh, no, wait. Number 6 is the one we want to talk about. Number 6 is very important because we want to advance the study of predictive phenomenon, right? One of the most important aspects of our mission is this right here: to advance the study of predictive phenomenon, to optimize value and reduce risk and liability, and save lives and resources, and adapt no matter what the adversity is, you see. Because mankind is more than capable of adapting to any adversity, especially if it has its resources appropriately allocated. Does it currently? Well, certainly not. Can it? Well, certainly can. Can big tech break the internet? Well, certainly not. Can the internet break big tech? Well, certainly so. Can you do the math? and figure out who has good content versus a nonsense content on YouTube. And are you ready for our channel to play ads during approximately 1/2 of our time? You've seen me go to the Ben Shapiro School of Fast Talking. Next, I'm going to the Ben Shapiro School of Fast Advertising. But don't worry, folks. We're not pulling the videos from YouTube yet. Don't be surprised if we do, as YouTube has decided to get very sketchy, very, very sketchy with the, shall we say, monetization of the channel. And without further ado, I'm going to play one more track, and then we're going to close out this live stream. Happy fall. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll put your comments on the screen here in a moment once again. In the meantime, here's Honey, I Shrunk Your Soul. All right, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This has been a YouTube exclusive so far. And it's been real. It's been fun. Yeah, okay, it's been real fun. And we're going to play yet another song. This one is called Next Shell. This is from the, this is the intro track to the second disc, I think, on Professor Krookenstein. Professor Krookenstein, the double Golden Cat Productions release that practically nobody's ever heard. Yeah, is your favorite band Unheard?